Blake here. I'm back for another video, and today's video really entails a little over 1 year since I bought the STI from upgrading from the WRX, and essentially let's kind of jump into how it's been, some of the things about it, the costs, and what I think about it. So let's get on the road. So like I said, I've had the car for just about a little over a year, and it's been phenomenal. Now, from work from home, I actually don't get the chance to drive it a ton, as I did my WRX when I was commuting pretty heavily, about 40 minutes a day of driving it. When I do get to drive it, is a special occasion, and it's super fun. As far as modifications, I put out a video a little while ago, kind of going over some of that stuff, but just quickly, coilovers, exhausts, spacers, and just some little things here and there. It's been incredibly reliable, and I attest that to, regular checkups at the dealership. My girlfriend is a Subaru mechanic, so I really do trust her work and, the dealership that she's a part of. Like any used car, when you buy a used car, you're going to be running into some risk there. Someone else owned it before you. I bought this car really at early 30,000 miles in 2018, but we have run into some issues, with previous ownership of maybe someone thrashing the car. And that's the scary thing with WRXs and STIs, is you don't know the previous owner if they absolutely thrash it and don't really drive it properly and just not take care of it. So there's always a risk there. But the good thing about this year car is it is still under a lot of warranty. So we've run into some issues that were covered under warranty, and just making sure stuff is clean and back to stock where needed, especially with this car, some transmission stuff. But that stuff is under warranty, so if you have a good shop that you trust. For me, this isn't a project car as much as it is just a really fun daily driver that I've absolutely loved. So overall, I've said it a million times, it does everything that you want. It's quick, it sounds awesome, it's good in the snow, it's got a lot of space, and it's really great. So let's pull over and let's go over, some of the costs that so far in about a year of ownership that I've gone through with the car. So overall, as far as costs go, very doable. And like I said, a lot of stuff is under warranty, and that's always going to help you with any car. But overall, throughout the course of a year, adding up the costs, it's a little over $700 for maintenance costs. Now, of course, you have insurance, you have your payment, no matter what you're paying. You have registration, things like that. And that's all going to depend on what you finance and, what you put into the car and how much you're driving it. But as far as maintenance-wise, bringing it to the dealership, it's been about a little over $700, which that's for different levels of service. Different dealerships call it different things, level 1, level 2, level 3, but that's just following normal service schedule, so that's pretty good. Now, going into things like mods, those are where costs add up a little bit more, but that's all due to preference. For example, the AWE exhaust right here, which I have a video of that showing some more sound clips, but that was around a little under $1,000. The coilovers were ISC coilovers, those were a little under $1,000. Things like spacers, it has 20 millimeter spacers on there, that was a few $100s. Little things like, the reverse camera or the reverse light from Subi Speed, things like that add up, 100 here, 100 there. Aesthetic things, little carbon fiber wraps in the inside. Things like that. Those things can add up, but that's all due to preference. So very manageable. Of course, things like the Brembos, if those go, those are expensive to replace. But if you're keeping up cost with it, if you go to a dealership that you really trust, and you continue to bring your car back there and you're following the service schedules, you should be good. Now, I think with any car, it's important to keep in mind this, but especially Subarus, is when I bought this car, the engine is bone stock. No one loaded a tune into it. You know, the car was really all stock when I bought it. I don't plan on going crazy with the engine. Again, it's not a project car, it's a daily, so I want to keep it reliable, under warranty, things like that. Just simple modifications that make it look good, sound good, and make it fun. But when you're buying one of these, if you buy one that, you know, has wires everywhere, it has unplugged access ports, it has things that, you know, you don't want to mess with, you know, then you're running into a lot of problems. So, you know, I like to keep it clean. I like to keep it nice. And that's the hard thing with these, is finding them clean. Little turbo Civic. Sounds pretty good. So yeah, I mean, that overall, that's pretty much running costs of it. Again, it's 30,000 miles, so to me, that's, compared to the cars I've owned, that's like pretty much brand new for me. But overall, absolutely obsessed with this thing. I plan on holding on to it for a very long time. Super positive, super in love with this car. As far as longevity of this car, I do plan to hold on to it for a while. I mean, like I said, very low miles right now. I'm only up to 41,000. I'm planning on keeping it clean and enjoying it and daily driving it as I do. And with the recent announcement of the new WRX, who really knows the plans engine-wise, if they're going to keep the classic STI EJ or if they're going to switch it up, which it looks like they're going to switch it up. So investment wise, it might be good to find a couple clean ones if you're looking to buy one. And you never know. I mean, the way the market is now, it's pretty nuts, but in 10 years or so, if you hold it that long, you could always flip it for a decent profit. So I mean, as far as when that new STI comes out, it looks like it might be 2023, 2024. I'm gonna wait, see how everything's figured out, see how it looks, see the reviews, maybe a couple years into production once everything's kind of figured out, and maybe I'll grab one, and by then I'd have this thing for like five years or so. So it's kind of the game plan. As always, thanks for watching. Thank you for all the engagement on the recent videos, questions, things like that on the exhaust videos, or you know, the videos of just to show you what something looks like if you want to research it before you buy it. I want to make the channel something that if you're looking to buy something, you get a good, quick little glimpse of what it's like or what it sounds like or how it reacts to the car. So many more videos to come. Other cars, some of my friends' cars, things like that. Got some ideas going. So as always, thanks for the engagement. Thank you for the subscriptions. As always,